that you had you you wi- you could you do you wi- you want you could do so you do you could you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. So I'm not a massive sports fan, but I will tune in to see the big games like Super Bowl, World Cup, World Series, stuff like that. And there's always these heartbreaking, crushing moments that happen in front of millions and millions of people watching, where the field goal kicker misses the field goal at the very end of the game and the team loses, right? The batter strikes out at the bottom of the ninth and the team loses. Or you miss the easy penalty kick and the team loses. And hundreds of millions of people were watching, and you can't take it back. No takesy backsies, okay? And you can't ever get rid of that clip. That clip will haunt those players for the end of time. And that is exactly what happened to Joe Biden on Thursday. You won't be ever able to be rid of the clips of Joe Biden.
We need to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights.
Joe Biden sounded like
and those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if you will determine the outcome of this election, vote. Vote, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person. Vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
It's like literally watching somebody decay in real time. And so legitimately watching somebody have their brain liquefied in real time, like atomized their entire career. And this is Joe Biden. And don't feel bad for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a horrible person. The pressure has clearly gotten to Joe Biden because Biden feels, according to recent reports, humiliated, devoid of confidence, will have family discussion on the future of his re-election campaign at Camp David today. This according to an NBC News article. It's a mess. Biden turns to family for path forward after his disastrous debate. Democrat leaders have stood by the president as he faces questions about his ability to defeat Trump. Some Democrat leaders, but privately, many are expressing concern. Ooh, baby. Joe Biden is expected to discuss the future of his re-election campaign with his family at Camp David following a nationally televised debate on Thursday that left many fellow Democrats worried about his ability to beat former President Trump. It left some Democrats borderline suicidal. Apparently, Jill Biden, Nurse Ratched, the real president, is going to be with their children, Hunter Biden, and all their grandkids. So their degenerate family is going to gather around, try to convince Joe not to drop out because they all have criminal charges pending against them. And Joe Biden would be the only people to keep Hunter Biden out of jail. This is incredible. Joe Biden will discuss the future of his re-election campaign. We were told this wasn't going to happen, but here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. So this is the White House trying to cope and seethe, saying that, no, we'd planned to do this. We planned to. The White House is like, no, we planned this. We promised you. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that is very bad for Joe Biden. And the outlook is really, really bad for Joe Biden. The crisis talks that are being held today are a final nail in the coffin as the entire world turns on Joe Biden. Some insiders believe that Biden and his wife are the only people that can make the final decision on the campaign. The president feels deeply shaken by his debate showing. A high-stakes meeting comes as Democrat Party grapples with potential electoral crisis. Biden's team insists they're moving forward, but the urgency of these talks suggests that other options are on the table. What other options could they be? What's Plan B? The planned Camp David stop comes after White House aides revealed that Biden had difficulty functioning outside the hours of outside a 6-hour window between 10 and 4 p.m. Ooh, baby. So this was from Axios. Axios wrote about how Joe Biden effectively has sundown syndrome. He can't operate he can't operate outside the hours of 10 and 6. 10 and 4, p.m. So Joe Biden has dementia. Like this is I've seen dementia up close. This is exactly what dementia patients have. Biden campaign fundraising email tonight includes a polling graphic comparing Biden with potential alternatives, including Kamala Harris, Buttigieg, Booker, Newsom, Whitmer, Klobuchar, Shapiro, and Pritzker. The inclusion of the information feels more revealing than the info itself. Oh, man. Look at this. This is from the Biden team. At the end of the day, we'd switch the candidates who would, according to the polls, be less likely to win than Joe Biden, the only person ever to defeat Donald Trump. Okay. Well, all of those people have less name ID, and they're still polling about as well as Joe Biden. So this is not the win you think it is. So Biden has been described by one person familiar as humiliated, devoid of confidence, and painfully aware of the physical images of him at the debate. Eyes staring into the distance, mouth agape, and that will live beyond the presidency, along with a performance that at time was meandering, incoherent, and difficult to hear. Remember Joe Biden? Joe, you answered all the questions. You answered every question. Oh, man. Yeah, Joe Biden feels humiliated, good, and painful, and devoid of confidence, good. Joe Biden's a horrible person. The cope is now officially like full blown. Nancy Pelosi now saying that it's Donald Trump who has dementia and blaming the press for not covering
People are very much Biden, Kamala Harris, and this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show he has the stamina and the rest. And by the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
Crazy Nancy, always good for a laugh. It's not going to change the fact that the mainstream media is completely turned on Joe Biden, and everybody is asking, how do Democrats recover? The thing that the mainstream media, and this is really important to delineate, they're not actually worried about Joe Biden. They've been covering up for Joe Biden for years. They're worried that you saw what Joe Biden actually is. That's what they're worried about. And that's why this is particularly fascinating. And we are getting the first reports out of Camp David. The Biden family spent all morning not having a summit, but in hair and makeup for a shoot with Annie Leibovitz, a Vogue photographer who shot Biden, Obama, Clinton, and then suggested doing something informal with the Bidens. So they're doing a photo shoot. This is how seriously they take all this. Incredible. 72% of registered voters say Joe Biden lacks the mental and cognitive ability to be president. This number has jumped by 10 points since the debate. And now Michelle Obama has just jumped in to the chat. So now, according to the prediction markets, you have Donald Trump, you have Joe Biden. Look at these prediction markets. These are really painful right now. 65% for Donald Trump, 15% for Joe Biden, and suddenly Michelle Obama is jumping in there. Oh boy, what do they know? This is very interesting from Senk, one of the biggest libs on the internet. Everybody on the Biden campaign will be out of a job when there is a new candidate. The new candidate will pick their own team. So the Biden campaign has an enormous incentive to lie to you and pretend Biden is fine. Their jobs depend on you believing a lie. It's actually very, very clairvoyant and very on point. Like all of these people, they'll continue to lie because their jobs are now at stake. Bill O'Reilly is saying effectively that the decision has been made for the president and that he will quit the campaign. 2 reasons: Democrat internal debate polling says he cannot recover from the debate, and the fundraising is drying up. This according to Bill O'Reilly. So that is what Bill O'Reilly is reporting. I'll leave it to you to decide, which sources you believe. But I believe the New York Times when it comes to sourcing inside of Democrat politics, greater overall Democrat politics. New York Times reports that a group of Silicon Valley megadonors, including Steve Jobs' widow, attempted to reach Joe Biden so they could persuade her husband not to run. Oh, the panic is delicious. I'm hearing that Democrats, aligned donors, are putting together a fund that would go to the Democrat nominee, but not if the candidate is Joe Biden, whom they regard as too likely to lose. It's designed as a support for moving on from Joe, says billionaire Andrew Yang, who also ran against Joe Biden, who says that Joe Biden clearly has dementia. So more little leaks out of this Camp David meeting with all the really smart Bidens. They're so intelligent, these people. They're so smart. Apparently, at least one of the president's grandchildren expressed interest in getting more involved with the campaign, perhaps by talking with influencers on social media. There's a plan. Oh, man, you're not going to believe this. According to the New York Times, the strongest voice imploring Joe Biden to remain in the race is Hunter Biden. Literally, the only reason you want to see your father go through something like this is to shield you from prosecution. What a sick family. Hunter Biden wants America to see the vision his father that he knows. Scrappy and commanding of the facts rather than stumbling, aging president's on Thursday night. That's amazing. Oh, man. You know, if you go through Hunter Biden's text messages on his laptop, you'll see that Hunter Biden says that Joe Biden has dementia. Hunter straight up says it in multiple text messages. Increasing number of voters don't think Biden should be running after the debate with Trump. Elon Musk saying now, oh boy, that Democrats are knifing Biden. There are too many Dem knives in Biden's back right now. He's basically a pincushion. Elon Musk getting one nice little stab in there. Biden maybe dropping out. Everybody sort of jumping to that conclusion. And this one's absolutely remarkable. So Joe Biden held a fundraiser yesterday, even though it seems like all the money is drying up. And according to Anthony Scaramucci, he had to speak through a teleprompter at a fundraiser in a private residence with like 20 people there. So Joe Biden has to use a teleprompter for his private fundraising speeches. How embarrassing is that? He used a teleprompter at a fundraiser? Oh, man. Ooh. It's not just the debate debacle, which made the president look slow, old, and foggy. It's what next that truly worries Biden's biggest supporters. Yeah. What worries them, ladies and gentlemen, according to Axios, is that he can't function between the hours after 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Joe Biden doesn't function. Great to know, according to his own aides, we have a president that's fully functional 25% of the time. Look at this. This is directly from Axios. From 10 to 4, Biden is dependably engaged. Many of his public events in front of cameras are held in those hours. After that time, or while traveling, Biden is more likely to have verbal miscues and become fatigued. Ah, okay. Got it. So you're admitting that we don't have a president. Legit, this is what the Biden team is putting out. So they're admitting effectively that America is run by an oligarchy of bureaucrats and special interests. Amazing. Biden family photo shoot for Vogue equals Joe's not going anywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's what some people are taking away from this, right? The special little meeting. Even though 70% of the nation say that Joe shouldn't run, I mean, it's amazing. Pride cometh before destruction is what they always say. The evil king, the wicked king, always gets it in the Bible, man. It's just it's Sunday, so I am reading through Acts right now, and there's a chapter about King Herod, and King Herod just finally drops dead, and worms eat him. Is what they say in Acts. I think it's like chapter 11. Yeah, King Herod just had a very evil life, led a very evil life, didn't acknowledge God, and just dropped dead. So. It's just the way it happens. The poetic justice, they call it in the biblical era kings. And so here we are. If your mentality is how can we survive the current news cycle, you have to understand that there are many more news cycles between now and November 5th, where Biden is nearly 100% certain to have further senior moments that will trigger the whole thing all over again. Yeah, this isn't going away, even though Nancy Pelosi is trying to turn on a dime, turn and say that, no, it's Donald Trump wants dementia. Lady Macbeth is what people are calling. Lady Macbeth is what people are now calling Jill Biden. The evil queen who keeps the king going all the way to ruin. Jill Biden delivering the message that they're all in. Yes, Jill appears unmoved. Remember, Jill Biden said Joe Biden's great because he answered all the questions. Convicted felon and crackhead Hunter Biden, smartest man that Joe Biden knows, is insisting that dad not drop out of the race and gathers for a fancy family photo shoot. Incredible. Incredible. Even as some members of the Klan privately expressed exasperation at how he was prepared for the event by staff, people close to the situation said so on. So just a reminder, Joe Biden took like 10 days off to prepare for this debate. And this is the best that we got. 10 days off, ladies and gentlemen. 10 days for this. I mean, there are some things that just won't be forgotten. You know, whether you're missing a penalty kick, right? Whether you're missing a field goal or striking out, you know, you're just going to be remembered as that guy. And if it happens on TV with hundreds of millions of people watching, then you're done. There's too many people see it, and your career is over. And that's what's happening with Joe Biden. The panic is officially here, but you break it, you buy it. You're stuck with Joe Biden, man. I've done the research this weekend. I don't see any path for Joe Biden for them to swap out Joe Biden. There really isn't any path. And so the destroyers of democracy continue to try and figure out how to destroy democracy. It's delicious to watch. You know what? Pride comes before destruction. Get these evil leaders, and they ride to ruin. And here it is. It's a tale as old as time, and it's quite entertaining to watch. Keep entertained on this channel. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.